Thanks for joining us. Get ready for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Saturday in the NBA, it's the Utah Jazz going up against the Charlotte Bobcats. And now out to Charlotte with Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr.
Clark, they've only missed the playoffs 5 times in the last 30 seasons. Steve, that is a remarkable run.
What I like about Utah, too, Kevin, is that they seem to stay ahead of the curve. They make moves while they still have leverage. Dealing Carlos Boozer, Kirilenko, Deron Williams. So they've done a good job of getting value, getting assets, and continuing to look ahead.
There's the bucket. Good.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Walker gets a screen from Jefferson. And Walker kicks to Gordon. Off target from outside.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Now, here's Burke. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot's good by Jefferson.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it. You know, Burks is a shooting guard by trade, but last season, guys, he showed that he can handle the ball and run a team in a pinch. That's something you'd want him doing all the time, but it's nice to have that as a plan B or C if you need it.
And Burks, very quick and very athletic, even standing 6'6". He's able to stay with most point guards defensively.
Yeah, a bit of a late bloomer physically going into college at Colorado, but excellent athleticism. And I love the defensive versatility that he provides to their team.
On the free throw, no good.
You know, when you have a season that the Bobcats had last year, it's easy to look at a number of low points, but perhaps the lowest point was being down by 50 points to the Thunder in the game early in the season. And that was hard to swallow.
Just 5 on the clock. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And so here's Charlotte, a 6-point game. And as you said, Clark, to be down 50 points to any team really is a low point for a team, and could sum up the Bobcat season last year. Just too little offense and, Steve, not enough defense.
How about that combination, Kevin? Too little offense, not enough defense. I think that usually will signify a poor season.
First one falls for him.
You know, for as much as Jefferson scores in the low post and all the attention that he gets, one of the more underrated aspects of his game is that he is rarely careless with the ball.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And for Al Jefferson, great footwork and fakes down low, a very nice way of maneuvering his way in a congested area.
Yeah, he's got huge hands, Kevin. He's so able to gather and go up with that right-handed hook, that kind of one-handed push hook. And, he dominates that block. Well, what I like about him, Kevin, is he knows who he is. I mean, he's an energy guy. He plays with a physicality about him, just toughness and grit. And he knows that's his ticket to playing time on the floor, and he does his best every single night.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't also mention his supreme shot blocking. And he doesn't do it softly. He comes up with emphatic denial.
That free throw missing.
For the Jazz last season, it really became an issue about the log jam inside. They had two established starters in Jefferson and Millsap and two young up-and-comers in Cantor and Favors, and there was an expectation that somebody would be moved, but the trading deadline passed and they were all still there.
He hits the second from the line. Well, you would have thought that the Jazz would have made a deal one way or another, but it was hard for them as they were in the thick of a playoff race at the time, Steve, sort of tied their hands.
Well, if they weren't in that race, I think they might have sent two of those guys out to try to get some more assets for the future. As it was, they ended up losing Millsap and Al Jefferson, so it's incumbent on the young talent in that front court to now develop and really take over.
Here's Zeller, and once again off the mark by Charlotte. Utah has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Hook kicks to Burks. He feeds it to Favors. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Zeller dishes to Walker. Passes it to Gordon. Back to Walker. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I had a chance to speak with the head coach for the Charlotte Bobcats. Offensively, he knows their shots are going to be challenged inside, going up against a team with some shot blocking in the middle. He said they have to keep the ball moving, and he's had them practicing their in-between shots as well. Guys, those shots can be tricky, but very effective when a shot blocker is around. Back to you.
And Doris, as always, thank you. So, Steve, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a huge part of your game plan has to be focused on their D. I think he's right to put that much emphasis on it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys because they are that good defensively, so you got to worry about that. Game plan for that. And then trust that your guys will execute what needs to be done.
And here's Burke. Kemba Walker hitting his 3 to go. Misses from close range. Bobcats trail by 4. It's Kid Gilchrist on the way. Back to Walker. Charlotte moving the ball around. He was all alone on that one. Gordon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. For Utah, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Now, here's Burke, guarded by Walker. Burke kicks to Favors. Pass to Burke. It is now to Cantor. Outside for Jefferson. Feeds it to Burke. Now the pass to Burks. There's 1:47 left to play in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Burke. Battles through traffic and lays it in. There's 1:38 left in the first. Well, Clark, as you said, that hot start would quickly vanish as those 7 wins would end up being an entire third of their total wins of the year. Steve, once the meat of the season came around, they just couldn't keep up.
Well, reality always sets in the NBA, Kevin. I mean, when you don't have enough talent, you might get off to a hot start, but it's all going to turn around, and that's exactly what happened in Charlotte. But they're getting better. I like some of their young players. They're competing. I think this team has a better future than people realize.
Now Williams, after the missed 3 from Gordon. Lucas kicks to Williams. Back to Lucas. 5 to shoot. Williams passes to Lucas. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
From deep. The rebound by the Jazz. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. The feed to Williams. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Here's Henderson. And stolen by Lucas. Here is Hayward. Henderson defending. Hayward dishes to Rush. Hayward kicks to Lucas. Leads him in there. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw, no good. The second free throw, good.
He did the important part at the line there, the heavy lifting, if you will. Made this a 2-possession game.
Gordon outside. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Boy, ends the quarter with a dead-eye 3 as a... what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to.
Here's Sessions. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brick. Doris, over to you.
Hi, Kevin. With the signing of Al Jefferson this summer, the Charlotte Bobcats have acquired the best low post scorer the team has had in its 9-year history. Jefferson is a gym rat who's happy to take younger players under his wing, as he showed when he was in Utah. Guys, for a team that has been in rebuild mode, the Bobcats take a big step towards respectability.
Nope, nowhere to go but up. Thanks, Doris.
Well, we'll see if in a new city, a new situation, he's able to take that next step.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs. You need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about, some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving, it keeps the ball going, a lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
Clock is at 3. Rush outside. Can't get it to go. So the Bobcats will take it the other way. Fargo off a pick from beyond. Fargo kicks to Anderson. 18 feet out. And that's good from Bismack Thiambo on the assist by Henderson. And the Bobcats lead by 3. Now here's Lucas. He's guarded closer. This is the rush. Williams, a screen on Sessions. Here's Lucas. And a miss there on the triple.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
You know, a lot of people thought Bismack Thiambo would blossom this past season, but he never really made that big jump everybody was hoping for, guys. It was still a shot blocking machine, but seemed to be more or less the same player he was as a rookie.
Now here's Lucas after the miss from Sessions. Williams' shot is off. And here's Henderson. Kicks to Parker. Misses the 3. And for Biombo, the athleticism is there. The Charlotte team raves about his work ethic, but he's still, I think, in a lot of people's minds, has a ways to go.
Yeah, especially offensively, Kevin. He's still very raw at that end of the floor. Very athletic, good shot blocker and rebounder. But can he develop any kind of feel as an offensive player? That's the question mark for Biombo.
Here's Lucas. Knocks down the 3-ball. Lucas has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Parker kicks to Sessions. Pass to Parker. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here is Lucas. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. So Utah ends up going with the new group. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Utah has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Now here's Burke, guarded by Walker. Burke with it. A rebound by Jefferson. The Bobcats have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Walker with it. Evans picks him up. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Gordon. Sellers setting the pick for Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. Evans with the rebound. Utah's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
Well, you know, this last offseason, the Bobcats announced their intention to change the team name to the Hornet, reclaiming the name of the original Charlotte franchise that left for New Orleans in 2002.
Now let's send it to Doris on the sideline.
Gentlemen, a talented young front court duo for the Jazz in Derek Favors and Ennis Cantor. This summer, they worked out with Jazz legend Karl Malone, one of the all-time great power forwards in NBA history. Whether it was positioning and a technical trick or just the mental aspects of taking on a star role, guys, you couldn't ask for a better teacher.
No question, he can help. Thanks, Doris. Here's Kid Gilchrist after the made shot from 8. Shoots from 14. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Bobcats lead by 2. And just like New Orleans chose a name, the Pelicans, that has local significance, the Hornets, a historical reference to Charlotte's rebellious fighting spirit during the American... Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Zeller. And it's Henderson for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And so it's Charlotte with it. Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Henderson. Walker. Charlotte moving the ball around. And Jefferson gets it to go.
You know, when you have the speed that Kemba Walker does, it's very tough for defenders to stay in front of him. Then you have the incredible ball handling skills. You can see why he blossomed last year.
And that one's good. Favors got 5 points so far.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Here's Jefferson. And the layup is good.
I'll tell you what I love about him. His ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong. Even with defenders hanging all over him, he continues to finish with the basket.
And something else he has is an array of moves in the paint. You can make a training video for young players to figure out how to play down low in terms of how he gets it done inside.
Steve, you mentioned Walker's speed and tight handle. Last season, he did a much better job, Clark, of taking advantage and then finishing around the rim.
Yeah, I think in his second season, he was able to figure out how to adjust to the NBA size. And one thing he's always done well is take care of the basketball. The way he keeps it on the string, he's really got a rush hour type handle. Very steady with the ball in his hand and never lacks for confidence either. You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Here's Burke. The Bobcats making the shot. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Hayward dishes to Favors. Haywood grabs the board. Here's Walker.
Shot clock is off. This should be the last possession of the quarter.
That's what they should have in mind here.
Outside, Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Jefferson. And here's Walker outside. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Bobcats lead by 2. Keep it here for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll see you after the break for the start of the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint. The weekend is in full swing on a Saturday night. Glad to have you along with us. For the Bobcats at Time Warner Cable Arena, they've got a tight one going against Utah. Their great passing has been fun to watch, keeping the ball moving and picking apart that D. Al Jefferson is the leading scorer. They've also had some great production out of Ben Gordon as well. But the Jazz getting after it as well. They've been relentless attacking the rim, dominating in points in the paint, and the bodies down low have been banging away. Derek Favors giving his team a big boost. He's got 7 points and also has been a factor with his rebounding. And that's it for now. Thanks for stopping in with us. It's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Slip from a middle the pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
Now here's Walker. And the foul on Alec Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Jazz on D. Outside, Walker. He kicks it to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. You know, Steve, with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13 and 28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
The first one falls.
Well, you look at Ben Gordon, guys, a pure shooter, clearly. Can spot up, pull up, However he gets his shot off, you expect it to go in.
And Gordon drops them both. And going back to Ben Gordon, Clark, you called him a pure shooter, but he doesn't bring a whole lot else, does he, Steve?
Well, he's limited offensively. You know he can shoot and score, but not really a playmaker. And he's not big enough to post up, and he's not a great defender. But you know what he is. He's a scorer, and I think he's ideally suited to bring off the bench because of that.
Bobcats leading by 4. Ben Gordon on the wing. Back to Walker. He feeds it to Kid Gilchrist to the inside. Seller defended by Jefferson. Here's Walker. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. That's 10 points for Al Jefferson.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap in.
Hustle points, I believe they call it.
And great instincts, too. Just anticipating where the ball is heading. Great job there, beating everybody else to the ball.
And that one's good by Favors.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
And Walker kicks to Gordon. Back to Walker. Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. Backing down is Jefferson. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. He passes to Walker. Leans from outside. Rejected by Bird. Jefferson passing to Favors. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Andres Beatrice is checked in for Ennis Cantor. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Feeds it to Burks. Pass to Jefferson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Just 5 to shoot. Burke. The Jazz with another miss. Charlotte leading by 4. The dish to Kid Gilchrist. Moves back up. And another shot. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
For Charlotte, they had shot 6 or 7 at the line.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
Charlotte making some changes. Jefferson comes in for Brendan Haywood. And it's Henderson for Ben Gordon. Free throw drops for Kid Gilchrist.
You know, it was another dreadful year for the Bobcats. After a promising start, they just weren't able to maintain it. They ended up as one of the worst teams in the league, and they didn't play well at home or on the road.
They're whistled for a blocking foul, and he'll head to the line. And you can see your wins stay static and your losses grow exponentially when you can't defend your home court. Steve, third worst home court record in the league for the Bobcats last year, playing in the Queen City.
Yeah, 15 wins for them here in their home building last season. I mean, that's just not going to cut it. They just had a difficult time scoring points. Just not enough talent on the roster.
Well, guys, Alec Burks out of Colorado is an athletic slasher with a nice tight handle. He was taken 12th overall back in 2011. Still young and developing, and I think he has tremendous upside.
Ennis Cantor's checked in for Utah. Good on the second free throw. And for Alec Burks, it took him a while to get into the rotation with the Utah Jazz, but the injuries they dealt with provided him with an opportunity later in the season.
Well, he's always been a very athletic guard, and he showed some improvement last year on his long-range shot. I think that's been the biggest weakness for him, but if he can hit that shot consistently, it's going to be tough to keep off the floor.
Now here's Jefferson. He's got 10. That's the bucket. Jefferson's got 12 in the game.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Now here's Burke. outside for Jefferson. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Utah. Utah with the ball, trailing here by 8. Here's Rush. Henderson defending. Now Rush. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Beatrice slams it home for the putback.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in sight.
Now here's Gordon. 8 points for him. Back to 2. The pass to Jefferson. 6 on the shot clock. 1:58 left to play here in the third. And that one's good. Burke.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Now here's Taylor. Fires at the elbow. Buries the jump shot. And the Bobcats lead by 6.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
And there's the feed to Hayward. Dishes it to Burke. Kicks it to Beatrice. Beatrice off the pick from 8. Burke defended by Gordon. And the shot is good. There's 1:17 left to play in the third. Fargo off a pick from McRoberts. Outside, Taylor. Pass to Sessions. Offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Nice defense from Ennis Cancer.
He's far too tentative in the paint. And even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Burke dishes to Figures. Fades away. No luck. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. And for Beatrice, Steve, he admitted that he'd suffered from some confidence issues.
Well, anytime a player loses his confidence at the free throw line, particularly a big guy, it changes the way you play. Now you don't want to attack. You don't really want to aggressively go after the ball because you're afraid of being at that foul line. So a situation like this, you can understand how he could lose some of that enthusiasm for the game.
And it's out of bounds. The Bobcats will take it the other way.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
And Utah making a change here. Burks is checked in. Bobcats leading by 6. And here's Sessions. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Sessions gets a screen from Biombo. Here's Fargo. Missed. And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
Jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And their passing also continues to be outstanding, Clark. In the second half, we were really seeing a good, efficient offense as a result of that ball movement.
It's stolen. Here we go, Fargo. Going to get up the court. Beyond. Oh!
Look out!
And this sort of awesome pump is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right
backcourt that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
He dishes it to Burks. 6 to shoot. Lights on Jefferson. And right through it goes. Here's Pargo. About a minute play here in the fourth quarter. And Sessions kicks to Taylor. Haywood backing down. Haywood off a pick from Taylor. Sessions with it. Shot clock at 5. Goes up the baseline. Here's Biombo. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Haywood. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Jeff Taylor. Ben Gordon's checked in for Sessions. And it's Kemba Walker in for Gennaro Pargo. The free throw dropped for Biombo.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious.
Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tyrone Corbin was giving to his team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now, here's Burke. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Kemba Walker picks one up.
Trey Burke, the National College Player of the Year at Michigan last season. He led the Wolverines in points, assists, steals, and blocks even. And, of course, led them all the way to the NCAA championship game. He's basically a winner. That's what he is.
First free throw is good. And Burke declaring for the draft Clark after his sophomore season in Michigan.
Yeah, he was driven to be an outstanding player coming out of high school. A little under the radar as a high school player, but had a laser focus on developing and maximizing his abilities. Spent 5 to 6 hours a day in the gym over the summer, and you've seen the fruit of that work.
And what you like with Trey Burke, he really can do it all at the point guard position. Pass, shoot, he's very poised, under control, and a good leader as well.
Now here's Walker. And stolen by Favors. And here we go. Burke heading to the hoop. That's good. Burke's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. And he's scoring with a lot of confidence now. Here's Walker. Gives him the lead pass. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there. He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket. Jazz trail by 7. Now Burke. Rebound by Ben Gordon. Gordon's got his third rebound on the night. And back to Burke at 6'1", not elite size or great athleticism, Clark, for the point guard position, some say. But he makes up for that lack of size and athleticism with smarts and the desire to get better and really excellent shooting strokes. So I think when you look at Burke, he's a guy who's going to continue to get better. Quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. He kicks it to Burks. He feeds it to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Jefferson sends it back.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, but it's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And you know, from a numbers standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Nice again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Al Jefferson doing all sorts of things. 12 points and 2 blocks.
You just can't find fault with anything he's done here. The effort, the energy, his production, his defense, it's all there.
All hustle, non-stop effort from him all over that 94 by 50-foot box.
And the first one drops. And in rush, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Burke can't get it to go.
He says not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And Walker kicks to Gordon. Back to Walker. Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. They get it back. Charlotte moving it around. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Jefferson feeds to Walker. Back to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Jefferson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bobcats lead by 16.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Now, here's Burke, guarded by Walker. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about that play? Great body control, still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down. The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Now, here's Walker. Sellers setting the pick for Walker. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Gordon. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Jazz trail by 13. Pass to Burke. Shoots from the elbow. It's rebounded by Charlotte. At one point, they led by 16.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Gordon kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Right side to Walker. There's the dish to Jefferson. Just 5 on the clock. He's guarded by Fader. A fadeaway. Al Jefferson again. And the Bobcats lead by 15.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
Here's Burke. And the shot is long. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And here's Walker. Walker gets a screen from Jefferson. Walker the pass to Gordon. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Well, that'll do it. For Johannesburg, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Jefferson.